down. Come on. You're not a good driver if you have to say, hang on. Slow down. Oh my gosh, you missed. We're supposed to go this way. No, slow down. What do you call someone like me?
Very paranoid.
Backseat driver. I'm a backseat driver. You ever had one of those?
Yes.
Where they're telling you to do this, do that?
I still
and what are you thinking the whole time?
Please be quiet.
But you also think, I got this, right? I'm in control. I got this. That's a good example. You know, you can go ahead and sit down. Way to go, Tyler.
Good driver, Tyler.
To show you what a backseat driver is. And you know what, guys? Sometimes we treat Jesus like that.
You gotta pay attention to the road.
Yeah.
We're backseat drivers
Yeah.
to Jesus. We tell Jesus and God what to do, not what. We don't listen to God. Because let me ask you this. Who's in control, you or Jesus?
Jesus is in control.
Jesus is in control. So why are we telling him where to turn or where we should turn or when we should stop or when we should go? And I'm going to read a story in the Bible where this actually happened. Okay? Where the disciples, they were all on a boat. Now let me get to this.
Hey, I know what happened to him. I know exactly.
Okay, now
what
let's listen to Jason. He's got a story.
Uh-oh.
They was afraid.
Now, when Jesus saw a crowd around him, he gave orders to depart to the other side. So he's there with his disciples, and he says, hey, we got to get out of here. And a certain scribe came and said to him, Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, the foxes have holes and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. And another of the disciples said to him, Lord, permit me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, follow me and allow the dead to bury their own dead. And when he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And they came to him and awoke and said, oh, hold on a second. And behold, there arose a great storm. Now what's going to happen?
No,
today?
Andrew. Oh.
We're going to have storms today, right? Mm-hmm. A real storm. I mean, it's supposed to storm today.
What am I doing over there?
Okay, you guys, let's.
Listen to the word. And behold, there arose a great storm in the sea, so that the boat was covered with the waves. But he himself was asleep. Jesus was asleep. Jesus was asleep. And they came to him and awoke him, saying, Save us, Lord, we are perishing. And he said to them, Why are you timid, you men of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and it became perfectly calm. Because Jesus was driving the ship.
I tell you one thing. I tell you who took the eyes off of him.
We're gonna get that.
Peter took his eyes off
Yep.
his Lord,
Yep.
and he was sinking down in the water. He said, "Why you have a little faith?"
Yeah. But this is before then.
That was before when that happened.
This is before when that happened. And then the man marveled, saying, What kind of man is this that even the winds and the sea obey him?
Well,
God is in control.
Listen.
God is in control. Let's not be so much a backseat driver trying to tell God what to do. Now let me ask you this. How many of you all have been in a car with a GPS?
Oh, jeez.
GPS. What is a GPS? We're GSP, but what does a GPS do?
Get you to somewhere.
Get you somewhere, okay? Now, let me ask you this. When you don't listen to the GPS, what does it do? Like if you take a right turn because you think you know where you're going, what does the GPS do?
It recalculates.
It says recalculating, okay? And then it may take you through like a cow field and a Walmart parking lot to get back on track to where you're supposed to be going.
Off to the moon.
That's the thing. You gotta listen to God. He is our GPS. If we take a right because we think that's the right way to go, he may say, recalculating. But let me ask you this. Usually when there's a recalculation, the path gets tougher. It gets harder. There are storms that come about. And the fact is, if you would listen to the GPS, you could avoid a lot of those storms because those storms are not there because he's trying to punish you. Those storms, and I'm not talking about the storm today, I'm talking about the trials we have in life are there to teach us something. And probably one of the biggest things it's trying to teach us is that we need to rely on the driver. Okay? We need to rely on the GPS. Yes, Casey.
See what you were saying, I know what you were saying, but see, sometimes God, when you're in a trouble situation, He knows your future and stuff. He usually takes some people out of your lives
Yep.
and puts you in the people in the good lives.
Right.
in the good
But
lives.
you, as long as you're following the directions.
You're following
Now,
good.
also with the GPS, I keep wanting to say GSP, GPS, the GPS, when you go the different direction than what it's telling you, it also doesn't just shut down and stop, does
No,
it?
no.
It's not telling you, oh, well, you can't go there because it's the wrong way.
Right.
It still allows you to go the wrong way. It just will tell you
How
how
to get
you're
back
going to
on
get
track.
back.
That is-
And that's how God is working.
That is
Yep.
one.
Yep.
That is one thing I never have been good with.
See, the thing
is
about us,
directions.
Jason,
I'm gonna-
Never have.
I'm going to tell you a story, okay? Y'all listen to me. There was a guy, I got it. There was a great captain who was on a big destroyer boat, okay? USS Arizona, okay? And he was in this big, huge boat, okay? Big, huge boat. This is massive, okay? And it was at night. And he had his lights on. Okay? And then there was another light that was coming at a distance.
We need new markers, don't we?
Okay? And this guy was like the top captain. Okay? He was like an admiral. First class. Okay? So he was a pretty important person. Let me ask you this. Are you a pretty important person to yourself?
No, but
Yes.
To God's
yes,
side, you are.
yes.
To God's side, you are.
You have to be important to yourself. So
God's
this guy,
side, you're
he
important.
sees this light, and he
Important to
radios
God.
and says, "Hey, you need to move 20 degrees to the north." And the light, a voice comes back and says, "You need to turn 20 degrees to the north." So this admiral's sitting there going, "Hold the phone. I am a first class admiral and I tell you to move 20 degrees to the north." And this guy over here says, "I'm a first class seaman and I tell you to move 20 degrees to the north." And then the captain, I mean, he is so mad. He's like, "How dare a first class seaman tell me to move 20 miles?" He says, "This is such and such destroyer of the U.S. Navy and I command you to move 20 degrees to the north." He gets radio back, says, "Well, this is a lighthouse, and I command you to move 20 degrees to the north." So here's the thing. Even though you may be big and bad, there is a lighthouse that's not going to move, okay? And that lighthouse is Jesus.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at that light, you're saying, "I need to go this way," but the light tells you to go another way, you go the other way.
And that's
Because
what
we are all... God's in control. He controls the sea. He created you. He created this building. He created the trees. He created the whole earth. Why aren't we listening to Him? Why aren't we listening to the Creator?